Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the karmas which are connected with the planet Mercury, the most intelligent and impressionable planet amongst the 9 planets. So guys, obviously all the planetary placement in our chart somehow tells about not only our personality but also it tells about that how we connect as per the element being represented by that planet with the cosmos. It also tells about that what kind of intelligence which has been acquired as a gift, as a blessing from the past lifetimes from the cosmos. Because guys, when we talk about people like this, could be Elon Musk, this could be very workaholic people, so they also have got the same 24 hours like everyone, but how come they are able to manage and execute so many things in the same limited amount of hours? And also guys, when we talk about people like, there has been those documentaries which has been made on the life of like Srinivasa Ramanujam, or this could be Shakuntala Devi, this could be Albert Einstein. So when it comes down to the intelligence or the level of IQ of these people, then there must be some reason over there. And in this video guys, we will try to connect like astrology, divinity with it. Like the way guys, Mercury beyond any doubt tells about our communication. I always say this thing that even for an artist, for a singer, for a musician, everything comes down to that whatever is happening inside of you, where exactly that thing is coming from, that all the time create a difference. Same line, if I will tell you that attachment is the root cause of suffering, it will not give you that much of the impact. But imagine if you will listen to the same line from the mouth of like Krishnamurti ji, from the mouth of Osho, how much difference will it create? Any of the Godfather line, the movie Godfather series, if I will say that, that will not create a difference. But if you will hear the same line from the mouth of like Marlon Brando, or this could be Robert De Niro, it will actually create a difference. So that is what I am trying to say. Guys, like right from my childhood days, going to the satsang, going to these kind of preaching has been like a part of my life. Growing up, listening to bhajans have been kind of a stress buster or kind of my personal brand of addiction as well. And even like ever since I moved to Canada, I have been to so many of the acting classes, casting director workshop. I have been on the sets so many times. So that's what I'm telling you. When you actually closely observe any artist, any creative person, so many times the voice will be somehow as regular, as normal like any other person, but the kind of energy which is pushing it, which is driving it, the place from where it is coming, that creates a major difference. Along with that guys, like there is one of the famous Japanese like philanthropist, a pseudo-scientist as well. He also did this research, the power which our words carries, that even like any polluted water, through the usage of the right set of prayers, can be cleansed. So that is what I wanted to say, because all these are the areas and the domain which is connected with the planet Mercury. And like the way guys, I always gave emphasis to the power of the blessings. Before that, before getting into astrology, even I was of this mindset that the parameters of success is that you need to be from this Ivy League school or colleges, then only you have to be successful. And so many times, like even when I'm doing reading for someone, like there was this person who got this consultation from me. So when he gave his introduction, he said this thing that I have a pan shop, like a small cigarette and a pan, like it's a very popular thing in India which people eat. So so I have that kind of shop. But when he told me about his turnover, when he told me about that, it's like I organize and I participate in different weddings. I'm a very chief supplier to many provinces in India. Then actually I got to know about his net worth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that if God wants to make you wealthy, then you do not have to be worrying about that how much knowledge you have, how much kind of very prestigious kind of degrees you have. If that is what is in your destiny, Divinity in itself will infuse the right set of thoughts, ideas, innovation, and intelligence in your mind. So yes guys, that was just a basic overview, and now we will shift our discussion. Just a quick overview of the planet Mercury for all those people who are just beginning in their journey in this vast spiritual knowledge of astrology. So guys, Mercury, like the way all the planets have been designated a certain department or portfolio, like the way in a king's court, for example, sun can be attached as a king, moon can be attached as a queen. Same is the way Mercury has been attached as a prince. When we talk about if you actually have to judge looking at someone's chart, that what kind of mind drives the personality of this person. So for anything to do with the memory, for intelligence level, how you break down information, the placement of the planet Mercury in the chart will give you information of that. Mercury is connected with the north direction. All the merchants, people in travel and tour business, people doing trading, any of those people who are primarily working in the business of the communication, self-expression, performing arts, all those people are somehow connected with the planet Mercury. Like Mercury has been attached and seen as a very impressionable planet. So simply put, moon is judged more than its sign of exaltation and the debilitation. Moon is judged on the basis of which phase it is in, like the Paksh Bal we call it. Same is the way when it comes down to Mercury. Mercury is to an extent even immune from the combustion as well. But when it comes down to the kind of planetary conjunction it is surrounded by, that actually create a lot of the difference in which capacity Mercury will give results. And yeah guys, these are some of the things which you need to know. Like when we talk about any of the concerns of the attraction towards the same sex relationship, so information of that generally comes from the dignity of the planet Mercury in the chart only. So these are the some of the things which you have to know, and just a basic overview that Mercury has got a rulership over the Gemini sign, over the Virgo sign. Mercury is such an intelligent planet that no other zodiac sign has the capacity to give it exaltation. It exalts in its own sign only. And Mercury gets debilitated when it is placed in the Pisces sign. Although in my research I have seen that in majority of the water signs, be it Pisces, be it Scorpio, be it Cancer, Mercury tend to remain little bit sensitive. It gives a lot of anxiety and a lot of like conflicted kind of thoughts. And Mercury has got a rulership over the some of the Gandmul nakshatras as well. Ashlesha, Jeshtha and Revati are the nakshatras which are ruled by the planet Mercury. So, and also guys, like when we talk about even in terms of the interplay of the consciousness operating in someone's personality. So like the way we say that from the bottom chakra, root chakra, which is the Muladhara chakra, if you have to go up towards the Sahasrar, towards the crown chakra, so the bottom chakra, the root chakra is the Muladhara, which is connected with the earth element, and somehow planet Saturn is connected with it. When we rise slightly above it, then you will reach the Swadhisthana chakra. So Swadhisthana chakra is connected with the planet Jupiter, and generally it is connected with the water element. You rise little bit above, then you will reach the Manipura chakra, which is connected with the planet Mars. It is connected with the fire element. You rise above, then you will reach the Anahita chakra, which is connected with the planet Venus. It is connected with the love, unconditional love, and somehow the air element. And then you reach the Vishuddhi chakra, which is connected with the planet Mercury, like the space element. Communication is generally seen from over here. So okay guys, now we will see that if you have Mercury in different houses in your astrological chart, what kind of information you can derive out of it. So guys, look at it in this way, that because Mercury is a very kind of a playful kind of energy, so this will also give this hint that wheresoever Mercury is going to be placed in the chart, somehow you might have some sort of interest, and your your hobbies, curiosity, your playfulness, childfulness, childhood memories might also be connected to the house where Mercury is going to be placed in your chart. All these things which I mentioned, like if you actually want to know about someone's innate curiosity, you actually want to know about someone's hobbies and all, so for that as well you only have to give attention to the Mercury's placement in the chart. So okay guys, now starting with now let's say for example, if you have got Mercury being placed in the very first house of someone's natal chart. So guys, beyond any doubt, whichever planet is going to be placed in the first house, that somehow defines our personality. It shapes up our personality. So this can give this information that this person might be very communicative, this person could be very good in any of the public speaking kind of nature of work. And along with that guys, when we talk about for someone to have that natural talent of being a good business person, like the way in certain cases I have even met those people, for them they don't even see it as that if some product is worth, like this could be $100, and if they are selling it for like $200, $300, they don't have this kind of conviction in their mind that we cheated someone. For them it's like a game. Oh my god, I made that much money, you know how much I made out of that deal. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like Mercury is a very important planet, like Saturn, Rahu, Mercury can actually, and Venus. So you know, like the way we say this thing that all the planets can be divided into two groups. One group is like Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, and another group is Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Rahu. In modern day and age, when we talk about all these kind of people who are there in the United Nations, people who are there closing a deal for big businesses, big countries and all, so these are the planets which might be operating in a good dignity in the life of these people, in the chart of these people who are actually working as a very senior diplomat and ambassador and all. So guys, coming back to the topic, so if Mercury is going to be placed in the first house of your chart, so that can actually make you very youthful, someone who's going to be very likable. There's a high chance that the contribution of the Mercury and Venus only can make you very adaptable, it can make you very likable, communication, self-expression, all of that is going to be very strong. Like the way your capacity to multitask or manage things with efficiency is going to be high if Mercury is going to be placed in the first house. Guys, when we talk about, like, there could be some other planets which can actually make you very rigid or which can make you slightly selfish, but Mercury is not like that. Like the way I mentioned, Mercury is a planet which thrives, which flourishes more on the networking, on the communication, on the connections. So because of which Mercury's placement in the first house, I just have one line to summarize it, that it will make you very likable and very intelligent as well. Now guys, let's say for example, if Mercury is going to be placed in the second house in your natal chart. So guys, second house is the house of our communication, it is the house of our eating habits, our financial dealings. We generally see from the dignity and strength of the second house. If Mercury is going to be placed over here, beyond any doubt, you are going to be very efficient in the matters of the wise and good handling of the money. It also tells about the matters of communication, like is going to be a natural forte in your case. This is something for which you do not have to go to any fancy school to learn these kind of things. This is one such thing which comes very natural to you. Along with that guys, Mercury's placement in the second house, generally I have seen that planets like Mercury and Moon, if they are going to be placed in the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, these are among those people who tend to remain very active when it comes down to the extracurricular activities in their formative years of the life. Like, you know, when like you might have a parents or mother who properly takes care of your overall personality development. They don't only focus only on the academics, but they want you to be good in the sports, be good in the language. So this is the kind of environment in which these people grow in their life. Along with that guys, it's my advice, you know, like if you are in a big family business and you expect your child someday to take over your business and all, so much better start teaching the nitty-gritty of the trade of the business, of the family business, right from the very young age of your child only. Like, it's not an exaggeration if once in a while, even if you want to take your kid to the office, to the business with you, just to make him well acquainted with how business work, that will be very supportive for the child, for the kid. Now, why I'm saying this thing? Because Mercury is very good when it comes down to staying observant and like just observing and grasping things. So grasping power generally with Mercury's placement in the second house tend to remain very strong. And generally I have seen that in any capacity, like, Mercury being placed in the first house, in the second house, in the fifth house, it actually gives you very strong memory as well. Like, if it is blended with a moon to be in a good dignity, moon to be in a strong nakshatra, like this could be nakshatra like Sadbhisha, which is considered as very good when it comes down to the grasping power for the strong memory and all. So this could be a good placement for that. And generally it has been seen that Mercury's placement in the second house can actually make you take a lot of interest in the fast food, in the junk food, and yes, you are going to be very likable. You have got that gift of gab, you know how to speak as per the taste of your audience, so you're going to be very well equipped in all these departments. Now guys, let's say for example, if Mercury is going to be placed in the third house in your astrological chart, so guys, except then all the good things which I will say or mention over here, one thing before I will forget, if Mercury is going to be placed in the 8th house or the 3rd house, this is not considered as a very good placement for the smokers, because it can actually later on create issue with the oxygen level in your lungs and all. So much better if you have got Mercury being placed in the 3rd house, refrain from excessive smoking. And beyond any doubt guys, this is generally considered as one of the very good placement. It actually makes you very good multitasker, like you know how to express yourself as per the need of the hour, as per the situation, the grasping power. I mentioned this thing. I've generally seen like all those kind of people who are very good, their timing is very good. Again guys, look at it in this way. If you have taken any acting class, you have any of the artistic, creative kind of interest, you would be knowing this thing. In the case of the majority of the actors, comedians, musicians, performing artists, what distinguishes them from any other person, what actually makes them best is it's all the game of the timing. And in the case of those people who have got Mercury being placed in the 3rd house, they could be very good in any of the business where you need the skill of the hands and communication, self-expression, grasping power. All of that tend to remain their forte. Like, I will not be surprised if you have got your Mercury being placed in the 3rd house and you are already very fluent in 3-4 languages. So that comes very handy in the case of people who have got Mercury being placed in the 3rd house. And guys, in today's modern day and age, all those kind of people who are like working freelance, people who are like self-employed, all the entrepreneurs, in their case you will find Mercury to be very well placed in the 3rd house or giving very good results from the 3rd house. Like, these are those people who tend to be doing very good in the business just out of the reputation and the connection and the goodwill which they command in their business, in their industry. So beyond any doubt, Mercury's placement in the 3rd house is considered as very good. If I were to say, the more you will socialize, the more you will go on a personal meeting with people, the more you can do good in your business as well. Now guys, when we talk about Mercury's placement in the 4th house, so guys, Mercury's placement in the 4th house, like, it generally kind of creates a initial level of conflict in the life. Like, generally I have seen this thing that some of the, like, the mothers in the family who tend to remain so excessively protective of their child that they are not able to let the child bloom to the full potential. So I mean to say, sometimes too much of the love and tenderness also make you weak or fragile. So that is the first, like, one of the thing which I have generally seen in my observation. Second thing is that Mercury's placement in the 4th house, generally I have seen this thing that the formative years tend to remain filled with lot of the action, lot of the activities. Like, your parents want you to participate in multiple extracurricular things. Like, some of those kids who grow up in very like big families, like where you have too many cousins, and you have like your parents are also very social, they are also very active. Your parents have got membership to different clubs, and through that only you also get a chance to engage and interact with many people. So that could have been the growing up story of someone who's going to have Mercury being placed in the fourth house. Along with that, guys, when it comes down to the peace of the mind, so generally I have seen that with the placement of Mercury being in the fourth house, and if natal moon is also going to be afflicted, then this could be a case that while taking any important decision, these are among those people who always get into that self contradiction mode, that their logic and their emotions come in the way. Again, guys, if you follow Bhagavad Gita, all what Lord Krishna says, that a person, a man has to do his duty as his dharma. So if divinity and universe has chosen you to work as a soldier, and where you are deployed in the border and you have to shoot, you have to kill, that is what your dharma is. Same is the way we say that the difference between the white coat and the black coat. So doctors wear white coat, so for them it hardly matters whether it's the criminal or whomsoever, they have to save its life. Same is the way the black coat is the lawyer, it hardly matters whether you have done crime, whether you're innocent or what. As much and as long as you have fees to pay, you have the fees to pay to the lawyer, he will try his best to protect you. So that's what I'm trying to say. So Mercury's placement in the fourth house many times create a contradiction between your logic and your emotions, which the possibility of that increases if the natal moon is also going to be afflicted. Or this could be a case that if it is placed in the nakshatra like Purvabhadrapada, it is placed in the nakshatra like Vishakha, where there is a lot of the possibility of duality in the thought process, in the personality, then this could give rise to that as well. Along with that, guys, generally I have seen that these people sometimes it becomes very important that they need to move away if they actually want to be independent, because generally I have seen that people who have got Mercury being placed in the fourth house, if they tend to remain somehow dependent on their family, always under the care of their family, they are not able to bloom to their full potential. And let's say, for example, if this is going to be someone whose family is going to decide to send their child immediate after the high school, like for example, if this is the story of someone who has got this placement and who is living in any small province in India, like in Punjab, and if your parents are going to send you immediate after your high school to live in US or Canada, so this person will be doing much better in his life in terms of becoming mature, self-reliant and independent. The more this person is going to be living close to his family, under the shield of his family, there's no harm in that. It's just like that he might not be able to become independent. That's what I've generally seen in majority of the charts. Along with that, guys, yes, all what I can say is that fourth house also tells about the all those people who are engaged in the farming, or people who are in the business of the buying and selling of the vehicles and all. It might be good in all these kind of nature of work, line of work. Like this could be a case that you are a Gemini Lagna, your Mercury is exalted in the fourth house, you might be working good as an independent realtor as well. So it might be good in all these kind of matters, but when it comes down to having a clarity in your mind while you have to take decision, because in many cases I have seen people that when you are with someone, you are finding complaint, and God forbid the breakup happened. Now even after that you are still unhappy, now you are worrying, and now you are sad and moping just because it was so much better with that person. So you do not have that clarity and a unified way of thinking. That's what I have seen where this placement can actually create issue. Now guys, let's say for example, if you will find that Mercury is going to be placed in the fifth house. So guys, fifth house placement of Mercury is generally considered as good, because even in the original Kalpurush Kundli, fifth house carries the energy of the Leo being ruled by the sun. So prince in the house of the king, in the house of the father, generally manifest good results. Along with that, guys, the dignity of Mercury in this house will also give you this information that what kind of intelligence has come to you as a gift from the past many lifetime. It can also give this information that what you might be doing in the past lifetime as your profession, as your contribution to the world. So let's say for example, with this kind of placement, if native is going to be pursuing any field over where academics, teaching, training, working as an independent consultant, working as a freelance, self-employed, so this placement generally seen as very supportive. Like nothing could be better than that with this kind of placement. Like if Mercury is going to be placed in its own zodiac sign, or if Mercury is going to be well supported because of the combination coming in of the planet Sun, or this could be receiving the aspect from the planet Jupiter as well, then we can be assured this thing that with this kind of placement you will have this capacity. And the thing is that your mind, even in the matters of the creativity, you will have this capacity to think very original. So you could be pioneer in your line of work as well. And yes guys, like this is also considered as a good placement where we say that all the living signification of the fifth house, which we generally connect with our children as well. So with this kind of placement of Mercury, we get to know this thing that your child is going to be very playful, and we get to know that you might have got a very friendly relationship with your children. Like some of those kind of cases where father and son, they bond very strong. So individually, placement of Mercury in the fifth house, whether we talk about doing things in a very original way in the artistic creative field, or whether this could be in the form of remaining very lucky in the matters of the trading, in the fields of the stock market as well. So Mercury's placement in the fifth house is generally considered as good. Like I can give you a free hold with this kind of placement if you actually want to do something on your own, like an independent consultant or freelance person and all. So this placement will actually prove out to be very supportive for you. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Mercury to be placed in the sixth house. So guys, sixth house placement of Mercury is generally considered as good because even in the original Kalpurush Kundli, sixth house belongs to the Virgo sign. So that means Mercury has got this capacity that the intelligence of Mercury, or the quick thinking or proactive actions, will always safeguard you from any threat in your line of work. Along with that guys, because with this kind of placement, if you are planning to do something on your own, you want to become a freelance like health expert, nutritionist or gym trainer and all, this placement will actually prove to be very supportive for you. Along with that guys, with this kind of placement, these are among those people who could be successful accountant, who could be very good in any of the administrative kind of job, wheresoever you have to multitask or manage multiple things, that will prove out to be your forte. Anything to do with working as a lawyer, as a arbitrator, working as a diplomat, so this placement generally prove out to be very supportive for that, where your advice or your wise counsel actually safeguard or help people resolve their conflicts or resolve their issue. The only concern guys with this kind of placement is that taking too much stress could be very harmful to your health. So for certain people, like the way if you put them in stressful situation, their stomach starts giving them issue. Like this could be a case that the minute stress dives in, your sleep goes away. But for certain people, they might remain stressful throughout the day, but that does not impact or hamper their sleep in the night. So I mean to say, with placement of Mercury in the sixth house, if you are not able to handle or manage things in an efficient way, you all the time remain stressful, or you are very prone to stress, so the impact of that will straight away come to your health as well. So when we talk about issues with the skin, issues with the teeth, issues with the nerves, could be one of the byproduct of excessive stress. But in a nutshell guys, the placement of Mercury in the sixth house in the modern day and age considered as very good. It's not an exaggeration to say this thing that it will make you opportunistic as well to your own advantage. So in that way, it's a good placement. Now guys, let's say for example, if you will find Mercury to be placed in the seventh house in your astrological chart. So guys, seventh house is a prime house of our commercial activities, all sort of business related connected activities, collaboration, partnership, our public image, our open enemies, all of that we generally see from the seventh house. Now if Mercury is going to be placed over here, the very first thing is that it will give vital information regarding the personality traits of your partner, of your your spouse, the encapsulated summary of how your matrimonial life is going to be. So guys, in this way, Mercury's placement generally tells about that you might have a very playful kind of experiences in the marriage, like where you with your partner, with your spouse, you both take interest in extracurricular activities. Going for travels, going for trips is something which you and your partner have got mutual orientation or taste in these kind of activities. It also tells about that your partner will have the qualities or traits of the Mercury. Your partner might be very friendly, your partner might be very social, or we say this thing that the innate youthfulness will stay for long in the thought process of your partner. So in this way guys, whether you talk about from the business acumen point of view, whether you talk about very stimulated, very active social life because of the contribution coming in from your partner, from your spouse, so from all aspect, this placement of Mercury in the 7th house is generally considered as good. Like the way I generally say this thing that people who have Mercury in any of the air triangle, so these are among those people who remain very well informed that what is happening in the society, what is happening in the community, which all are the things which are most talked about, which all are the things which are in trend, which all are things which are going viral. So if Mercury is going to be operating in a good dignity in any of the air houses, these are those people who you can say that these people are well informed. Now guys, if you will find Mercury to be placed in the 8th house, so now guys, beyond any doubt, to begin with, this tells about that the person is going to be slightly secretive. See, moon is all about how you feel. Mercury is all about how you break down information, what conclusion you derive out of anything. Now the only sketchy part or the vulnerable part of this placement is that a lot many times there is a high possibility that if this placement of Mercury in the 8th house is not well supported by because of the zodiac sign placement and the other planetary conjunction, because at the beginning of this video I mentioned this thing that Mercury is a very impressionable planet. Now for example, for a Aries Lagna, you place Mercury here in the Scorpio, or like this could be a case that for a Virgo Lagna, you place Mercury in the 8th house in the Aries sign, you make it go through conjunction with Rahu, make it go through conjunction with, like this could be Moon, then we can say this thing that yes, your judgment, your thought process is very vulnerable and open towards misinterpretation of the things or misunderstanding the things. This could be a case that other person does not mean that, but you are very quick to drawing the negative conclusion. So that is the vulnerable side of this placement. When we talk about the good side of this placement, beyond any doubt, it can actually make you very researchful, like you have got that natural knack and talent for breaking down information, get into the depth of the things, and you could be a very good counselor, you could be a very good therapist, you could be a very good motivational speaker as well. So you have got that gift of gab, you know that how to talk about those things which can alleviate, which can remove the suffering and pain of the other person. But again guys, the concern over here is that, see, generally in the case of majority of the successful healers, universe only choose them for that work because initially in the first half of the life they have by themselves gone through those similar traumatic kind of experiences only, and that is the only reason that they are able to relate, empathize with the pain or with the plight of the other person. So when we talk about the early formative years, early childhood kind of experiences, if your Mercury is going to be placed in the 8th house, it is open towards mixed kind of experiences. You might have similar traumatic kind of shocking kind of childhood experiences as well if Mercury is going to be placed in the 8th house. And along with that guys, see, 8th house has got a lot of things which are considered as very taboo and which have got this capacity to make us addicted towards those things. So this could be sex. So if you come from a society where parents and the schools do not give very constructive, very healthy sex education, so your childhood might be somehow screwed because of too much obsession with the pornography, with these kind of things. And along with that, when we talk about even in the childhood, teenage years, people who get this habit of they hide things from their parents and they start smoking, they start drinking, they develop bad habits, they develop bad company. So this might be responsible for that as well. And along with that, guys, generally it has been seen that if your Mercury is going to be placed in the 8th house, much better refrain from excessive smoking, because the oxygen level in the lungs and that could actually get affected if Mercury is not very well placed in the 8th house. And again, guys, see, I have also seen in lot many times where these people get misinterpreted a lot, like you did not mean that, but somehow you have got that something in you that whenever you speak, even if you are saying the right thing, people end up drawing the negative conclusion from your words only, from your speech only. So regarding that as well, guys, you have to be careful. So guys, beyond any doubt, if I were to say, with this kind of placement, it can actually make you a very good detective, very good researcher, very good, like even like a lot of the people who work in the porn industry and all, people who work in the strip clubs and all, that might be the placement of Mercury in the 8th house, to stay very secretive regarding the money which you have kept hidden as well. Like the way we say that Ashlesha Nakshatra, Ashlesha has been connected with a coiled serpent, a snake. And in majority of the civilization and the cultures, snakes have been depicted in such a way that they are sitting in a coiled position on the treasure dug beneath the earth. So it can work in so many ways in good capacity. But again, guys, Mercury is a very impressionable planet. So with Mercury being in the 8th house, a lot is dependent on which zodiac sign it is placed, which planetary influence it is receiving there in the 8th house. Then only you can come to any conclusion. Otherwise, it can actually impact someone's mental health. Now guys, when we talk about if Mercury is going to be placed in the 9th house, so guys, Mercury's placement in the 9th house, see, when we talk about in the Lal Kitab, it is not considered as, like, it is not written in a very good light. But generally I have seen that a lot of the people who are working as a successful investment banker, people who are like working as a motivational speaker, people who have traveled a lot because of their line of work and all, so this placement generally prove out to be very supportive for these kind of things. Again, guys, look at it in this way. 9th house has got more to do with the future, with the growth, with the direction, with the guidance, with the mentorship, and you place the planet Mercury over here. So there's a high possibility that these people, if Mercury in this house is operating, working in a good dignity, they have got this capacity to derive motivation from everything, whatever is happening around them. And I have already mentioned people who tend to remain very well traveled, like these are those people who are like who could have very cosmopolitan kind of mindset, like in certain cities, like you go to New York, you go to like Toronto, even Vancouver could be attached like that, or this could be London, where you have lived in very multicultural kind of environment, and your experiences in the life has given you some practical wisdom in the life, practical knowledge in the life. So this could be seen as good in that light. And along with that, guys, generally people who end up having too many degrees, like like when I was in India, in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, oh my god, like some of the faculties in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, they have done so many courses. Like some of them are engineers, they have done LLB, they have done law, they have done PhDs, so many things. So Mercury and Mercury's placement in the 9th house gives you natural affinity towards having too many degrees, expertise, knowledge of multiple things and all. And generally it has been seen that after a span of time, whenever they are speaking in any important forum, and in whichever like if they become a spokesperson of any specific cause, any specific field, they tend to remain very knowledgeable and they get a lot of respect because of their knowledge and all. And with this kind of placement, even if you will become an astrologer, or you are going to be in any capacity where you are giving advice to people, so these people get good success in all these kind of fields. And generally it has been seen that the relationship with the father tend to remain very friendly. Now guys, let's say for example, if you will find Mercury to be placed in the 10th house. So guys, Mercury's placement in the 10th house beyond any doubt is considered as good. 10th house is the house of the status. This is the house of our fame, our broad daylight activities. The thing with the Mercury is that Mercury is a very intelligent planet. Mercury knows how to manage things, how to multitask things. Mercury, same like Rahu, wants to be in the front of the stage. It wants to address, it wants to talk, it loves public speaking, it loves to perform in front of a large audience. So Mercury's placement in the 10th house is generally considered as good. That any planet being placed in the first house, the attributes of that planet colors your personality. Same is the way any planet being placed in the 10th house, these attributes and qualities of that planet is something which you use in your line of work. So that means in your career you will be appreciated because of how you manage relation, your networking skills, good conduct in your personality, your written skills, your public speaking skills, your capacity to be very analytical, be a very good problem solver. So all of those attributes and qualities of yours, like the way, for example, certain people you will see that irrespective of being in an organization, being in a line of work, being in a job profile, they still do not learn or grasp things or adapt themselves in a quick span of time. But those people who have got Mercury being placed in the 10th house, oh my god, they are a very quick learner. So this person, if he is going to be joining any organization, working in a role, so this person will quickly gain and grasp things, that whatever is expected out of him. Now that is a different case. Too much strength to Mercury in the 10th house in a short span of time may also make you fall into a rut as well. Now, because after a while things look very monotonous for you, now you do not get that thrill, because this is the same quality which same like Mars, Mercury also has. Like Mercury is like very childlike, it wants new challenges, it likes new adventure and all. So again, it all comes down to individual. Certain people, their problem is that they don't learn things quickly, and for certain people like Mercury in the 10th house, they learn things too quickly that later on they start getting bored easily. But in a nutshell guys, Mercury's placement in the modern day and age, where networking plays a very significant role, no matter in which industry you go, there have been those kind of lobbies which have been made only on this way, that people somehow find themselves comfortable working with certain people only. Like based on the network likability, you get recommended. Mercury's placement in the 10th house can be seen as a very good testimony for success in your career, in your line of work. And guys, let's say for example, if Mercury is going to be placed in the 11th house. So guys, this is generally considered as a very good placement. See, in the modern day and age, 11th house plays a very significant role. 11th house represents all those things which we need to be seen and perceived as successful in the life, in our career. So the kind of qualification you have, the kind of swag you have in your personality, the way you conduct yourself, the way you carry yourself, the kind of contacts, references you have. So all of that is 11th house. See, 11th house is, our ancient sages wrote it in this way, that this is the house of the desires and the wish fulfillment. Those were the times, at a time when these like scriptures were written, there were like limited kind of profession which has been designated to certain families only. Someone being born in a Brahmin family will only do the godly work and will only do the priestly work. Someone who is born to a soldier will only go to the borders and clash and fight in the army. But when we talk about like in the modern day and age, 11th house becomes very important. Everything which you need as an ingredient for success can be attached with the 11th house, and you put Mercury over here. So these are among those people, you put them in any large network, big group, they immediately adapt themselves. Like this could be a case that you were born in the eastern part, and right at the prime, now you move to a different part where the demographics, the standard of living, lifestyle, cultural habits, everything is like different, in complete contradiction. So this person will not get the cultural shock. He will immediately adapt or mold himself as per the need of the hour, as per the language and the conduct which is expected in that demographics, in that culture. So I mean to say guys, and along with that, these days a lot many people who are very popular, who are working as a freelance, people who are like, because from the 11th house, any of the planet being placed over there is also going to be giving its aspect to the 5th house. Now 5th house is the house of your memory, of your intelligence, artistic creative work. So that means these people are very quick in making good connections in the society as well. So if you have got planets in a good dignity in the 11th house, these are among those people who are going to be very well connected in the society. They are going to be very resourceful in the society. And again guys, income from multiple things, having that gift of gap, your capacity to impress, influence large group, large network can be seen with this placement of Mercury in the 11th house. So guys, it's not an exaggeration. See, whatsoever Mercury represent in our life, if it is going to be placed in the 11th house, there is a high possibility that life will not let you down in these areas. So this could be having good education, or this could be being well supported by your sister, by your paternal aunts, and majorly the degrees and the business success can be one of the assured sign if Mercury is going to be working out in a strong dignity in the 11th house. Now guys, if you have Mercury being there in the 12th house, so guys, it is not as dark, as vulnerable as its 8th house placement could be. See, the thing is, Mercury being there in the 12th house, it can actually make you slightly secretive beyond any doubt, but the secrets over here, or the personality or the intelligence, if utilized well, could be directed towards finding those kind of answers which no one else or a common man does not pay much attention to, like the secret functioning of the universe, finding the answers towards the functioning of the universe through spiritual sciences. Like you have taken a lot of research, you have done a lot of pilgrimage, you have attended a lot of the retreats only to find the answer, only to trying to be out of the cycle of the life and death. So if only you are utilizing and putting the whole force of your consciousness towards unraveling the secrets, this could be a good placement. Again guys, look at it in this way. When we talk about the 8th house and the 12th house secrets, there is a difference. 8th house is something which we hide from the world. 12th house is something which is hidden from us. And all the cosmic secrets are generally attached with the 12th house. So if Mercury in this house is going to be placed in a strong dignity, you will definitely find those kind of people, no matter to what extent they have to go through self-affliction, like even if they have to be on their own, away from their family for a long period of time. This could be whether you are doing that as your job, as your duty, like you are being posted in army, military, in any of the services where you have to be away from your family. Or this could be a case that when we go to India and we see in Vrindavan, in those kind of places where people from Russia, from all parts of the world, they have come there and they are just attending those kind of satsang, and they are doing their like spiritual religious practices. They are staying in a ashram of a guru and receiving that divine wisdom and all. So again guys, with this kind of placement, from the point of view of your mind, your intelligence is completely dedicated, devoted towards unraveling the cosmic secrets. This could be a good placement. Beyond any doubt, with this kind of placement, you could be a very blessed kind of healer as well. But yes, when we talk about in the dog eat dog kind of society, corporate culture, where like sometimes where people get betrayed, you trusted someone unconditionally and that person took your advantage and all. So in the regular life, this might not be a very good placement, but when we talk about anything to do with the secrets, with spirituality, this could be one of the best placement which you could have. And along with that guys, we generally say this thing that in the early formative years only, where people, because of the transferable job of their parents, like in the childhood, people who have traveled a lot, or this could be a case that like your artistic creative hobbies only took you to different places. I've seen that in the chart of like many of those teenagers who have got certain talents, and because of their that hobby or that sport in which they are, so that only or just to participate in different tournaments, who have traveled a lot because of the skills, because of their hobbies. This could be one such placement. See guys, generally we say this thing that if your Mercury is going to be placed in the 12th house, somehow and sometimes it becomes very important to have that open channel of communication with this person, because you will not even realize that what this person is thinking or what kind of emotional mental state this person is going through. Because sometimes what happens is that even in terms of the depression, any of those kind of traumatic kind of experiences, sometimes when you talk to people, when you cry out, you are releasing that pent up energy. But let's say for example, if you're just holding everything deep within you, so sometimes then later on in the life it could result into some sort of very impulsive, abrupt kind of outburst as well. So because of that, having someone in your life with whom you are talking your day, you are expressing whatever is happening within you, your emotional mental state, so all of that will become very important. So having at least that one good friend you can confide by, you can trust, with this kind of placement becomes very important. Again guys, when we talk about like being seen as like a good business person, this might not be very good placement. But when we talk about someone who's going to be enlightened, someone who's going to be very carrying that discerning intelligence regarding that front, this is a blessed kind of placement. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. धन्यवाद.